And then, unfortunate news is Amari Hampton decommits from UNC. Three-star receiver. Now he's decommitted. Yep. And after careful consideration with my family, I have decided to decommit from the University of North Carolina. Thank you to the coaching staff for the opportunity. North Carolina will remain a top school, but now my recruitment is 100% open. So he's already scheduled to go visit with Tulane and Mississippi State. He does have some other schools along with Ole Miss, Missouri, Oregon, or Oregon State, sorry, not Oregon, and Louisville are also potential options. But we do know for sure right now he has visits with Tulane and Ole Miss for sure. Um, 15th player, 15th ranked player in Mississippi, 69th receiver in the class of 2026, and 446th player nationally. But at the end of the day, it's like at least he's deciding to keep us on the list of schools. Some places where they decommit, they don't even keep that school on the list anymore. They remove them. Like, I don't want to go here. I'm going somewhere else for sure. So to see that he at least is still considering coming back, because I think Georgia had the same issue with Jared Curtis,
Yeah,
the
I
number
think
like the high ranked quarterback out of Tennessee, because he decommitted and then recommitted again. So you have to see.
part of me thinks he's doing this because he wants to see what coach is going to go all out for him, and he wants kind of that
Yeah,
recruitment treatment and be
because
like,
I
"Oh,
yeah,
show me what you want." Like he thinks, "Oh, I might have made too quick of a decision. All these other schools are trying to woo me. Let me see what they're talking about." And I'm not necessarily against it. I'm not necessarily against it. I do. I wouldn't have done it. I will say this: if I was in his position, if I felt like I had other options that were going to come or potentially come, I would have waited it out. And I get it. I wouldn't have. I think committing and then decommitting looks a little bad on you. And it's not to say that he's a bad kid. Like let me put that out there. I'm not saying he's a bad kid. He has the right to have his options. He's coming out of high school. He has the right to have and pick his choose where he wants to go for his career, where he thinks the best place for him. I just think if you were still in limbo, take your time. It's okay to be patient. You ain't got to rush it. Take your time. Make sure you do pick the best place for
right.
you.
And like the optic, like, and I get what you say. Like the optics look bad. It's not like that
Yeah.
you're making a bad decision, nothing like that. Because we also
Yeah.
get like you're coming out of high school. This is an important decision for you.
Like, bro,
And
you're an
if
18-year-old
you were
kid, and we're asking you to make potentially the decision that could make or
one of the
break to
big
get you
decisions,
to the
right,
NFL.
one of the biggest decisions of your life, and when it comes down to stuff like this, it's like, yeah, no, I would prefer you take more time. I also feel like this is one of those things where somebody was in his ear, like, you know what? If they were trying to get you so bad, like, what is the other guys want? Like, what are they trying to do for you?
Plus,
Like, what were they
plus,
trying to throw at you to see if you were gonna, be a part of this and be a part of that? So no, I definitely get that for sure. So I
plus, I
mean,
misspoke. He's class of 2026, so he's not graduating until next year.
he's still got time, and I
So
think
he
that's
still
another
got
thing.
his,
Somebody,
his
I think
senior
his parent, I
season.
think it's like his family talked to him like, listen, I understand that you would like to go here, but you honestly you got time. Like you don't have to rush this decision right now. It's a big deal. And
Because
I applaud family members for doing that instead of ones trying to push them like, hey, you gotta go here, you gotta do this, you gotta do blah 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 blah. Just make it like, hey, listen, you don't graduate till next year. You still have all of this year and you still have this football season to make your decision. You don't have to say that you're definitely going somewhere right now. You got till December technically to make this decision, really. Because if you want to go ahead and commit now and go in early so you can get into with the spring practices, great. Or if you want to go ahead and commit, wait till you've walked, graduated, and then come in the fall, so that way
okay,
you can get a whole full year in. You have time to make those decisions. You don't have to jump right in. So
and I
like I hate that he had to decommit to do it, but I also get the okay. I don't want to feel like I rushed this decision either. So
and I think this. I think when it comes into it, because he's a class of 2026, like you said, you got your senior season. You got till December or spring, whenever you go at, whenever, like, because National Signing Day is always in, I want to say, what, March, April, like
something like
final
that.
national. And the thing I'm looking at now is like, okay, you had UNC, Mississippi State, Tulane, Ole Miss, Missouri, Oregon State knocking at your door. If you go out and ball out your senior season, put up like another great set of numbers, this, that, and the third, I'm thinking he's banking on more schools giving him offers and he having more options. Maybe a Georgia, maybe a Clemson, maybe a Florida State, maybe Ohio State, maybe a Michigan, maybe these other schools. And he's like, I can always fall back on UNC. Now, the caveat to doing this, and the caveat is because you got to know this game, the coaches are also going to be looking for your replacement. Like, they're already thinking, all right, you don't want to come here? Cool. Yeah, they're going to throw their head out there and they're going to want you. But you also got to keep in mind, you can't keep them waiting too long because in the same breath, they're already looking for your replacement. Or you don't know what the other receiver who's already in the NCAA, if he's going to transfer to the school you're trying to go to. Because, for example, let's play devil's advocate real quick, right? Let's say back in the day, you had Cam Newton coming back in, like from Florida, his JUCO year coming into Auburn, right?
Right.
And then somehow in that same breath or in that same time frame, you had I'll just throw out a name, even though they weren't the same year. I'll just throw out a name. You had Tebow transfer to Auburn right at the same time that Cam Newton's going in. That would have been wild, even though they did end up playing together in Florida. You get what Tebow in his prime versus Cam coming into his prime at Auburn. That could have thrown things off. So as that young of a kid, and I know I might not be making sense, but the overall under is, yes, make your decision, take your time, make sure you make the right decision, but also understand that other people, outside influences, could affect your decisions too. Like, you may want to go to UNC again, but Bill may have found 3 or 4 receivers who have committed and given him the hard, yeah, I'm ready to go, and now he doesn't have a scholarship to give you. Now that offer has been rescinded off the table, and you thought you had time. So I'm saying definitely make your decision and take your time, but don't take too long to where you
don't dawdle on it. Just make sure you take the appropriate amount of time you need. And then then to think about it, like the offers that you do have, you have 3 major SEC schools, you have 2 bigger ACC teams, you got an American Athletic with Tulane, and you got a Pac-12. Well, one of the 2 Pac-12 teams in Oregon State. Like, that still blows my mind that Pac-12 fell apart like it did. But am I surprised? No, because they got greedy, and this is what happens. Like, you fell apart because you got greedy. You didn't have to try to push for what you push for, because had you just agreed and had better games during the season, you would have got the notoriety you wanted. Like, you wanted these television channels to pay you more money to get put on national television when nobody's trying to watch no game at 11 o'clock at night. Nobody's trying to watch those. Unless they are diehard fans of your squad that's over there on the West Coast, nobody's watching no 11 o'clock. Nobody.
Listen, back during the Reggie Bush days, man, them Pac-12, back during the LaMichael James and Kenyon.
But those guys were worth watching.
I'm just saying, like, we were watching 11 o'clock games back then. Like, we would say
here's the other thing, though. Their games weren't coming on at 11 o'clock at night. Their games were coming on at 3. You were watching them during the day.
Because Reggie Bush and them boys had a number of night games. We'll never forget the game they had against Notre Dame.
And even that night game started at 8.
I'm just saying.
And ran till 11. But it started at prime time slots because these were prime time games.
So what you want to say?
Now you got games that should be
time zones are the reason. So time zones are the reason. Are we blaming the time zones?
No.
That's what it sounds like to me. You're like, ain't nobody trying to watch at 11 o'clock. It ain't their fault. They on the West Coast.
Nobody's trying to watch an 11 o'clock game that's boring.
Listen, we start at 9 o'clock. People are watching us.
but we're not boring.
All right, yeah, I get you that.
Because are you watching Wednesday games? Yeah. There's a college football games that comes on Wednesdays. Are you watching them?
Honestly, that is a small those I watch Ball State. I watch Ball State on Wednesdays.
Do you?
Yes.
How many Ball State games did you catch last year?
Boy, I never said I watch a lot. I never said, listen, I had to build. Listen, bro, I had to build up my friends. I had to build up my dynasty and recruitment. I had to see what was going on.
I'm about to say, so like you watching the simulation from your PlayStation is different than watching them actually play.
No, I'm actually watching the game. And I'm like, okay, that's not what we got to do here. Let me get on the game and see what I can do.
So you took that one quarter you watched and be like, you know what? I can do this better.
Listen. I took that one quarter. I will say this. I didn't put it on Heisman. Heck nah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I did the same thing with ODU too.
Hey, you watched one game. You said, "What y'all doing?"
I watched a half. I
can do better than this.
I can play better with him than this coach is doing. Let's get it.
Let's do this real quick, bro. What you doing, bro? You ain't using my red right. You got the wrong offense. You got the wrong defense. You're running a 3-3-5. That's the problem.
First of all, this D in here is a monster. He's got 15 sacks in my season. I don't know why he ain't getting none now.
Hey, you running a 3-3-5. I told you, stop that. If you go
run, switch to a 4-2.
Hey, 4-2-5, 3-4 multiple. What are we doing here?
This ain't it.
This is not it, my guy. Hey, you never use a nickel package. What is wrong with you?
At all.